Augusta, Aaron Eads, and Central Illinois' most accurate forecast with meteorologist Adam Claybon. You're watching The Morning Show on WCIA 3.
Welcome back. Well, addiction can lead to serious issues, and one form can be especially hard to fight because people find it comforting. Jolie Karsten joins me now. Jolie, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
So what are we talking about today? This is difficult for people.
Absolutely. Food addiction, right? We love food, and we're supposed to love food from the time that we're born. We are discomforted. We have that hunger in our stomach. Yep. We receive some food, we feel better. So, of course, associating food with feeling good makes sense, right?
It does. It makes sense. And especially when you grew up with all these comfort foods, it kind of continues throughout your whole life.
Absolutely. We even say comfort food.
That's right.
So, addiction is very complex, right? Whether it's food, whether it's substances, whether it's gambling, internet, we can form addictions to things because we form these habits, right? It's more complex than that. I mean, there's studies about adverse childhood experiences and how that leads to being at risk for addiction. There is attachment issues and trauma that leads to being at risk for addiction. And yet while therapy or other forms of dealing with those things can help you to improve those issues in your life, you can still work on that addiction, including food addiction, in the meantime, before those things are completely solved.
Right. And when you get in a habit like that, your brain is actually trained to kind of stick with that, right?
Absolutely. There's certain parts of our brain. The basal ganglia is one of those parts that kind of works with our habits, our emotions, our memories. And it really, our brains ultimately, they don't care about whether we're happy or content. They just want to survive. Right. So when we've done something and it's led to us being around another day, our brain says, well, hey, let's do that again. Right. Let's do that again. And so it doesn't matter if we find it unhelpful in the long run, our brains really want to hold on to that. And so there's this cycle that happens where we have a cue, a trigger of something that leads us to engaging in a certain routine, and then we get a reward for that. And so whenever that cue comes up, our brains are like, hey, that means we do this.
Right. And so you have 3 tips for people who can kind of start to combat this. What's the first one?
Well, I don't think I can come on the show and not talk about shame, right? It's sort of a routine thing. Yeah. So decreasing shame is one of the biggest things. And what that means is instead of beating ourselves up for engaging in a routine that is in the end unhelpful for us, we can say, like, that makes sense. We can just give ourselves some compassion rather than shame. And the benefit of that is whenever we're getting shame in our life, we're decreasing our motivation for change. Right. So anything that we're bringing shame onto, even if we think we're doing that because we want change, we're less likely to make that change.
Right. And so then obviously we've talked about mindfulness before in a lot of segments with us. But what is mindfulness? And that's the second key, right?
Yes. So mindfulness is basically being in the present moment without judging it, right? So instead of having your mind full of stuff, you're being mindful, you're being very present. So what that can look like with food is not having that mindless eating, right? Just eating in front of the TV where you're just, you've meant to eat a handful of popcorn and you've ate the whole bag, right? So just starting to be aware, starting to actually smell, taste, be aware of what you're actually eating can slow you down and help you to be more aware of the choices that you're making.
Sure. And then what's the third tip? I got to get to that one.
Well, because this cycle starts with a cue, a trigger, identifying what that is can be super helpful. So ideally, the cue for eating would be hunger.
Sure.
However, that's not always the case, right?
No.
In fact, one thing that we often miss is thirst. When we're thirsty, a lot of times our body can tell us that we're actually hungry,
right?
And we might just actually be dehydrated. But then there's a whole emotional gamut that can help to cue this routine of eating, right? Whether we're bored or lonely or feeling overwhelmed or lacking energy, feeling fatigued, even experiencing pain in our body. Lots of those things can cue us to engage in that routine of eating, and we get that reward of the discomfort going away, right? So if we can identify what that cue is, we can start learning to replace that routine with something else. Because if we're trying to stop one behavior, it's important to replace it with the behavior you want to have instead. We can't say don't do this without saying do this instead.
Sure. Well, where can people learn more about you or, Jolie counseling if they'd like to get some extra help?
Sure. My business is Karsten Counseling and Consulting, and you can reach me at 217-398-8101 or email me jolie@joliekarsten.com.
Great. Well, thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sure. So to come to guys, we're getting some help with the forecast. Braden Grady, what a character. You're going to meet him coming up next with Jack and Kit Kester.